Everyone. I am Mr. Chandrakant Kisan Bhosle from GSRHSCOE Nashik, Department Mechanical Engineering and working as assistant professor. Today's my topic is automotive standards for electrical vehicles. In week 1 video, I have represented the green transportation for environmental sustainability. The brief contents are week 1. Greenhouse gas emission is the main cause of global warming from conventional fuel vehicles. Environmental sustainability we can achieve by adopting green transportation which is eco-friendly. India government also moving towards green transportation with announcing different schemes. Electrical vehicles with non-conventional fuel energy sources for electricity generation is the best option for green transportation with walk and cycling. Today I am going to explain the automotive standards which is used for electrical vehicles. The government of India felt the need for a permanent agency to expedite the publication of standards and development of test facilities in parallel when the work of preparation of standards is going on. As the development of improved safety critical parts can be undertaken only after the publication of standards and commissioning of test facilities. As a result, the Ministry of Surface Transport has constituted a permanent automotive industry standards committee, that is AISC, wide order number RT11028, dated September 15, 1997. The standards prepared by AISC will be approved by the Permanent Central Motor Vehicle Rules Technical Standing Committee, CTSC. The Automotive Research Association of India, ARAI, Pune, being the secretariat of the AIS committee, has published these standards. For better dissemination of this information, ARAI may publish these standards on their websites. These standards prescribes the requirement for the construction and functional safety of electrical powertrains. So, there are the different standards mentioned by AIS. For example, 38 mentions the construction and functional safety requirement of E. AIS 39 explains the measurement of electrical energy consumption in EV. AIS 40 explains the method of measuring the range of electrical vehicle. AIS 41 explains the measurement of net power. Here I am going to represent the two standards AIS 38 and AIS 39, in which the first is AIS 38 revision 1 2015. It is explains about the construction and functional safety requirements of electrical vehicles. For L, that is light duty vehicles, M means medium duty vehicles, and N, the medium duty vehicles used for carriage of goods, which operates on the electrical power trains, in which the first against the protection against electric shock. These electrical safety requirements apply to high voltage buses as defined in AIS 49, as amended and revised from time to time under condition where they are not connected to external high voltage power supplies. For protection of live parts inside the passenger compartment, the protection degree IPXXD as given in AIS 38. Now next is the protection against direct contact. The protection against direct contact with live parts shall comply as per rules. These protections, for example, solid insulator, barriers, enclosures, etc., shall not be able to open, disassembled, or removed without the use of tools. Third, protection against indirect contact. For protection against indirect contact and electric shock which could arise from indirect contact, the exposure conductive parts such as conductive barriers and enclosures shall be galvanically connected securely to the electrical chassis by connections with electrical wires or ground cables or by welding. Next is the rechargeable energy storage system, REESS, protection in which the protection against excessive current. The REESS shall not overheat. If the rechargeable energy storage system is subject to overheating due to excessive current, it shall be equipped with a protective device such as fuses, circuit breakers, or main contactors. However, the requirement may not apply if the manufacturer supplies data that ensure that overheating from excessive current is prevented without the protective device. Also, in rechargeable energy storage system, one problem is the accumulation of gas. The places for containing open type traction rechargeable energy storage system that may produce hydrogen gas shall be provided with ventilation fan or a ventilation duct to prevent accumulation of hydrogen gas. In functional safety, when the driver leaving the vehicle, driver shall be informed by a signal, that is optical or audible signal, if the vehicle is still in the active possible mode. If onboard rechargeable energy storage system can be externally charged by the user, vehicle movement by its own propulsion system shall be impossible as long as the connector of the external electrical power supply is physically connected to the vehicle inlet. Protection against the water effects. This test is intended to simulate a normal washing of electrical powertrain, but not specific cleaning using high water pressure or underbody washing. The vehicle manufacturer shall specify detailed condition for such specific cleaning or washing in the owner's manual. Now next standard, AIS 39 revision 1 2015. The scope of this standard is measurement of electrical energy consumption which is expressed in watt hour per kilometer for L, M and N type of categories of electrical vehicles, in which first is the vehicle preparation. Condition of the vehicle. The vehicle tires shall be inflated to the pressure specified by the vehicle manufacturer. When tires are the ambient temperature, the lubricants for the mechanical moving part shall conform to the specifications of the vehicle manufacturer. The lightning light, signaling and auxiliary device shall be off except those required for testing end. The vehicle must undergo at least 300 km during the 7 days before the test with those rechargeable energy storage system that are installed in the test vehicle. The 7 days period can be waived from the request of vehicle manufacturer. Second is the initial charge of the rechargeable energy storage system. The charging of rechargeable energy storage system consists the following procedure. The first one is the initial charge of rechargeable energy storage system applied to the first charge at the reception of the vehicle. In case of several combined tests or measurements carried out consecutively, the first charge carried out shall be an initial charge. The following may be done in accordance with the normal overnight charge procedure. Second, discharge of rechargeable energy storage system. This procedure starts with the discharge of battery of the vehicle. While driving at a steady speed of 70% of maximum 30 minutes speed of the vehicle. Stopping the discharge occurs when the vehicle is not able to run 60% of maximum 30 minimum speed, when an indication to stop the vehicle is given to the driver by the standard onboard instrumentation, or after covering the distance of 100 km. Third, electrical energy consumption calculation. Energy E in watt hour is charging time measurement shall be recorded in the test report. The electrical energy consumption is defined by the formula C is equal to E divided by D, where C is the expressed in watt hour per kilometer and rounded off the nearest whole number. E is the watt hour and T is the distance covered during the test in kilometer. Now the conclusion from this, the government of Ministry of Surface Transport has constituted a permanent automotive industry standard committee for development of improvement safety of electrical vehicles. In AIS 38, which is useful, which puts the standards on construction and functional safety of EV, which gives the standards on protection against electrical shock, direct and indirect current, excessive current, water effects, and accumulation of gas in electrical vehicles. While AIS 39 Revision 1 2015 explains the measurement of electrical energy consumption, in which the vehicle preparation, initial charge of rechargeable energy storage system, and how we calculate the energy consumption by formula. Thank you. Thank you so much.